how you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars with just this phone. Guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to transform the power of having conversations with people on your phone into hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars, guys. I've made millions of dollars doing this with the power of cold calling. What I'm going to do is show you how you can, with anything, I don't care how old you are, I don't care about what you look like, what you sound like, it doesn't matter. What I'm going to share with you today is exactly how to cold call motivated sellers so you can go out here and do deals. Now, you might be saying, oh my gosh, cold calling. Whoa. This is scary. This is freaking me out. I don't want to be cold calling right now. This sounds a little scary. Guys, I want everybody to understand this before we break everything down. I'm going to share exactly today my cold calling script for virtual wholesaling so you can go and get deals. Now, the number one thing I will tell you this, you are overcomplicating this. I'm staring at you right now. I know 99% of people watching this, you are overcomplicating your virtual wholesaling, especially when it comes to cold calling. You are psyching yourself out. You're getting way too nervous. You're getting probably more nervous than you really should be, honestly. And you are really just doubting yourself in a way which it's just not the right thing to do. And you're just overcomplicating this, right? And I don't blame you. I blame the real estate wholesaling industry. I blame the guru industry for making cold calling seem so scary and daunting. Oh, what if they say this mean thing? What are they? I'm going to share exactly how to go through all the objections today, how to use my script perfectly, and how even if you've just learned the English language like a month ago, you could still get a wholesaling real estate deal. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? I think so. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you an exactly a $1,000 cold calling script, a course, webinar, whatever it's called, whatever you want to make it. I'm going to share with you today how to master your cold calling because I think everyone needs a reboot. And what we're going to do is share it. And if you guys want, we can do some role plays or live calls and really go into what we can do from there. But before I break it down, you all already know what the deal is. You know what we can. Go out here and make sure y'all go out here and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment below your questions, and I'm going to help you become the best wholesaler you possibly can be. So if you're excited, ready to go, get some deals, you already know what time it is. It's wholesaling time, baby. Let's get cold calling. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Snap! We're ready to go, guys. Nobody else in this business will go out here in real estate and get excited before they go call. Get excited before they go out here and do calls or learn cold calling or learn wholesaling. It's all really technical and everything's perfect and guru-y, and I hate this stuff, okay? I hate that stuff, okay? What I can tell you is in this business, we are going after one thing. We are going after our dreams. We are going after what we deserve in our life. Doing real estate wholesaling deals, making a ton of money, and changing our family's life. It's about family here. And what's the best way to change your family's life than get the money you deserve, your family financially deserves? And how do you do that? The money ain't sitting there. The money's just not there, sitting there waiting for you to grab it. You have to earn it. It's like anything great in life. You have to go after it and get it. So what is the thing stopping you from getting those deals, getting that money, and changing your financial life for you and your family? It's learning how to get in front of these people who have discounted properties, who have ugly houses, so you can go out here have a conversation and let them know that you're looking to buy some properties. You get the property under contract, and then you get locked up, you sell it for a big profit, you make some money. Guys, the deals are out there. You got to wake up every morning and say, who's got my money? Who has my money? I already know who's got my money. These motivated sellers, they got my money. Got the great deals. They got my money. We're ready to go. And so what's the one thing stopping us in virtual wholesaling from grabbing that money that we need, that we deserve? We got to cold call them. We got to go after it and get after it. Guys, we got sharks behind us. You know why there's sharks behind us? Because sharks don't stop. They don't stop moving. They never have their appetite is never quenched, and they always move forward and they never stop. Okay. And I want you guys to become a shark today when it comes to your cold calling, where nothing's going to stop you. Okay. Nothing. Apex predator. We're ready to go. And I think a lot of wholesalers get really, really over confused in cold calling. They get nervous. And the one thing before we break this down, I want you to understand why you are cold calling. Why? We are cold calling to change our life, change our financial destiny forever. And we have to have the utmost confidence that we are going to do everything in our power to become the best person, the best version, the best entrepreneur we possibly can. And once you have that positive mindset, it will make your wholesaling way better. So let's get into it. Let's get in the virtual wholesaling cold calling script. Let's get it going and let's talk about it. So let's talk about the first thing. You know, if you're brand new, you don't know what I'm talking about. What's this crazy guy screaming? What is cold calling? So really quick, I want you guys to know cold calling is basically the medium that most wholesalers use to go out here and find people that have ugly houses. Now in wholesaling real estate, we find people that have an ugly house. We lock up, we talk to them. And how do you talk to them? You got to cold call them, right? Hey, you just call them. Hey, you want to sell your property, right? Like it's very simple. I think a lot of people complicate it. Hey, are you looking to sell your property? And if they say yes, we lock up the deal. Then we can sell that deal for a really nice assignment fee, finder's fee, whatever one you want to call it, 10, 20, 30 grand. That's it, right? So that is really cold calling at the end of the day. And if you're brand new into wholesaling, I'm really happy because a lot of people that are like a year into wholesaling, they're still super nervous to cold call or they haven't cold called yet. And it's very scary for those people. But if you're brand new and I can kind of talk to you, you know, at the start, and so you're not scared of cold calling starting out, it's a lot better, right? So this is what we're going to talk about, and this is what we're going to break it down. So guys, the first thing you have to know is stop sweating your cold calling. I think people get really nervous to cold call. I want you guys to understand two really simple things that help me overcome the fear of cold calling. Because a lot of wholesalers have a fear of cold calling. Now, number one, this is super important. Your mama thinks you're cool. And I say that not in a funny way, but in an actual true way. A lot of people, before they cold call, they get really nervous because they feel like someone's going to make fun of them or someone's going to think they're stupid or call you a bad name or curse at you or say something mean. I want you to understand, if your mama thinks you're cool, who else can judge you? Okay. So when a guru goes out here and disses me, I always think, you know what? You don't think I'm cool, but my mom thinks I'm cool. And she actually knows me very well. So I don't really care what you have to say. And that's the way I think. My mom thinks I'm cool. I don't care what anyone else has to say. That's why the gurus don't affect me. But you have to understand this, that if somebody's saying mean things to you for cold calling, remember, I'm 23, so I'm a product of Call of Duty, Xbox Live chats, and online gaming. So I've been called, screamed at every name in the book. There's nothing you're going to say to faze me. And I love all these older people are like, oh, these young guys don't know how to cold call. Come on. We've been through the ringer, Xbox Live chat. So there's nothing you can say to me that's going to affect me. Okay. And so stop sweating your cold calling. If your mom thinks you're cool, your dad thinks you're cool, like, don't worry about what other people can say. And then the other part of it, and this is the part of freaking out over cold calling, is like, you're going to stink starting out. But like a video game, like you're not that good starting out, but you just get better over time. And that's anything in life. And so even with like my dad, right? Like Rick, like he can use this analogy too. His favorite video game in the 80s was Galaga. Okay. He loved Galaga. He still loves it. He wasn't good starting out, but he started playing it more and he got better. And so like, it's like, oh, I'm so scared to start this video game. It's like, expect to not be good, but like start learning. It's like learning a language. Okay. Like you're not going to be really good doing it. You're going to be terrible. You're going to fumble your words. If I'm trying to learn Spanish and I try to speak to somebody who speaks Spanish, it's terrible. But guess what? You're trying. What is the shame in trying? You're doing something to actively make you a better wholesaler, an active entrepreneur, and a better person in general. So stop freaking out over it and just do it. I can tell you, the hardest part in cold calling is the same thing as the hardest part of going to a gym. My favorite are like the really jacked bodybuilder guys that would come up to me and like, Zach, I'm so nervous to cold call. I'm like, what? You're nervous to cold call? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, and then they'll say something really easy. I'm like, how do you get jacked? And they're like, oh, well, I eat well every single day and I consistently work out. That's how I get really jacked. And I'm like, what's the hardest part about working out? He's like, oh, the hardest part, they always say the same. The hardest part about working out is just getting in the gym. Once you're in the gym, it's kind of easy from there. Huh. But you're scared of cold call. Same thing. If you consistently cold call, it doesn't get scary anymore. And number two, the hardest part about cold calling is just clicking the dial. Once the dial's going and the hello's there, it's pretty easy from there. Because if you are at least 10 years old, you have enough experience having conversations with other human beings that having a conversation with somebody isn't that difficult. Like, you know, words, you can put words together to talk. It's not that difficult, right? And so I could tell you guys, you are 100% sweating your cold calling. Do not be freaking out over it, okay? Let's talk about our main goal. What is the main goal for cold calling? And every guru has their own, the main goal of cold calling is to pay me $3,000. The guru is going to tell you whatever they want, okay? Let me tell you what the real, honest, dead set truth of the goal of cold calling. The goal of cold calling is to find somebody who wants to sell the property. Just a yes. The point is a yes. The goal is a yes. Yes, I am looking to sell my property. Yes, I am interested in selling my house. That is what we're looking for. That is it. But I thought in cold calling we're supposed to close. No closing. No crazy like selling scripts. No Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street. That is not what cold calling is for wholesaling real estate. Cold calling is just getting somebody who wants to sell the property. That is it. That's all we're looking for. If somebody sells you something else, they are grossly mistaken. This is what made me a millionaire. I had a meeting today with the one of the largest wholesalers in all of Detroit, Michigan, and we're working together for a big JV thing. And he's like, man, you're really simple the way you do your processes, and it works really well. And I'm like, duh, right? Like, guys, the way I make millions of dollars in wholesaling is because I make it stupid simple, like really easy, like really simple. Don't complicate it. Okay. Bill Gates, at one time, the richest man in the entire world, he said this quote, and this was an amazing quote: simplicity scales, complexity fails. Let me say that one more time. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. I want to make sure I got that quote right. That was maybe a Steve Jobs quote. Oh, Steve Jobs quote. I always get it. Bill Gates had the Tony Robbins quote I got. All right, sorry. The person that founded Apple, basically. One of the richest men in the world. Sorry, Steve Jobs. So correct myself. Simplicity scales, complexity fails. And that actually makes more sense because Apple, they sell like 5 or 6 main products. You know, they got a phone, they got computers, they got the watches, they got the AirPods, and then they got the iPad. Like 5, like mainly 5. Now they got other accessories and like 1 or 2, but like 6 or 7 products. Like that's pretty much it. And if you walk into a grocery store, it's like, right? You go to a Best Buy, it's like, ugh, right? There's a lot of stuff going on here. But walking to an Apple store, there's like not that, it's simple. And they are, I think, the largest company in the entire world. And so you start thinking of it, it's like, make it simple. So what is our goal? Go for the yes. That is what we're focusing on. So let's just get into it. Let's talk about the script. Now, if you just heard me talk about how I make millions of dollars being really simple, you might be thinking like, Zach, what's your script? And before I reveal the script, you might, oh, he's waiting again. I want to tell you a quick story. Before I reveal the script, I want to let you know, I started cold calling at about end of when I was 18, usually 19 years old when I like mainly got crazy on it. But like at the end of when I was 18 years old, right when I was about to turn 19. No, graduate high school. After I graduated high school, I was 18. I started cold calling. And when I started cold calling, I made a really stupid, like complicated script because that's what everyone was saying to do. And I was doing okay with it. Like it wasn't that good. And then I said, you know what? How have I gotten my deals when I do bandit signs? And I said, I just basically asked for basic information and I didn't sound like a robot. When I was reading these huge, long scripts, I sounded like a robot. And if this was the right property, would you be able to go and see me on Tuesday at 3 p.m.? Like I would just be reading all. It sounded terrible. We're an all cash solutions company. Like it's terrible. It doesn't sound like a real person. It's terrible, right? And I just started acting like I was doing bandit signs from there. I asked just really simple questions. And guess what happened? When I asked simple questions, I was able to have more time talking to more sellers. I started actually going out here and getting more deals because I sounded like myself. I sounded like a normal human being. And that ended up doing well because I was dealing with other VAs cold calling and I was winning, right? And so I developed this very simple script. And this script has made hundreds of thousands of people their first wholesaling deal through cold calling. And it's made me millions of dollars. And this is the script I still use in my own business. Are you ready for this? Let's break it down. Number one, you call. So get the phone. Ring, 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 ring. All right, this is it. Hello. Who's this? Hey, this is Zach. Is this the owner of 123 Main Street? Yes, this is him. Are you interested in selling that property? Yes. And then you go from there. Or they say, no, I'm not interested in selling it. Boom. That's it. That's the script. Why does the script work? Let me explain. This script is psychologically proven to be the greatest cold calling script in history for wholesaling. You know why? Because it does something that no other script in wholesaling does. That's why I'm a good salesman. I could sell this script for like $1,000. I'm telling you right now, like a little course with this, I could sell it for $1,000. You know why? I get you guys hyped up. It is psychologically the most proven script because think of your average motivated seller for a second. Think of them for a second, okay? They're sitting at home on their couch. It's like 4 p.m. They're watching Bachelors in Paradise, right? They might got their Diet Coke, sorry. You got their nice DC next to them. And they're watching their Bachelor in Paradise. They're living the life, right? Ring, ring, ring. Who is this number? I'm trying to watch if Emily and Michael are going to get together. This is ridiculous. Who in the world is this? And they go, hello? And guess what they're thinking in their head? That's how all cold calls go. How do I get this person off the phone? This is a scammer. What's going on? I want to get off the phone. I want to go back to Bachelor in Paradise. I want to go back to watching the game, right? So stereotypical, but usually sometimes the other way around. When a seller gets a phone call, I want you to understand this. Most sellers in 2023, they're on edge. Even in 2024, 2025, 2026, like usually after 2020, every motivated seller, they're getting antsy, okay? They get really antsy when they get the phone. And so I want you to understand that in wholesaling real estate, they're on a no mode, okay? No. Get me off the phone. Let me watch my TV show. That is what they're doing. And so we start thinking about this like, oh, shoot, this is how they're really thinking? Yes. And so if I use a regular script like, this is Zach with Zach Home Solutions. Are you looking to sell your property? Their mindset in their head is, what did I say? No. Get me off the phone. No. I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to go watch my show. That's what it is. No mode. And so if you ask them a question, psychologically, they just want to say no. They automatically want to say, are you looking to buy some stocks? No. Are you looking to go buy a life insurance? No. That's what they do all day. Sales calls. No. And so statistically, this is a fun psychological fact. We got some cool psychological books on there, but like I read a decent amount, not as much as I used to, but I'm not the biggest reader for like wholesaling, but like other stuff helps me out a lot. If you can go to somebody and I want to convince them to buy my product or whatever, all I have to do is usually get you to say 3 yeses, and then the fourth one's almost guaranteed to get a yes. Even if it's, will you buy like $100 burger, right? Like statistically, you're actually like 80% more likely to buy that burger if you say yes, yes, yes. All right. So it's like this. Do you want to buy a $100 burger? No. Too expensive, right? But if I want to sell that burger, that's what I do. Hey, do you like really nice burgers? Yes. Do you like them with a nice brioche bun? Yes. Do you like them with nice crinkled fries? Yes. Well, we have this burger right here. Would you like to try it? It's about $100 though, but it's pretty good. Most likely it's going to be a no, obviously, but the chance of them saying yes increases like insane, like 80, 90%, because they said 3 yeses before. And so with the script, why it works so well, it's stupid simple, but it's really complicated at the end of it. Now, when you call somebody, say they're interested in something, why don't you make it more simple? Call them, hey, are you looking to sell your property? They're in no mode. Ain't going to work. But what if I ask them a question that I know is going to be a yes? Hey, Mr. Seller, are you the owner of 123 Main Street? Yes. Yes, I am. Huh, we got a yes. And guess what you do? Once you ask this question, you throw them off. I'm telling you right now, you throw these sellers off like crazy. And it's really like punching them. That's the way, my best explanation for this is like, you literally punch them in the face. You punch them in the face with your words. And what I mean by this, if you ask the seller, are you the owner of the property? They're like, wait, yeah, what's going on? And they're like, is my kid in trouble at school? Did my family member get arrested? Did someone, unfortunately, in the hospital? Is this a long lost lover? Is this, is this Jamie from high school from 1984? Like, who is this? Who could this be? Did I win $1 million? Like, there's a lot of anticipation. And so you really got to think about this. Like, have you ever got calls that was like, hey, is this Zach Ginn? Like, I get that all the time. Now, before 2015, I was like, yeah, this is him. Now I get people just calling me they skip trace me and they try to call me. I don't answer it. But I tell you, it's like, it piques your interest. Like, what does this person want now? They know where I live. And they're going to listen to whatever you say. And they're not going to be in no mode. They're going to be like actively listening. And they already said yes. So they're statistically more likely to say yes to wanting to sell their property. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make money in wholesaling. You get a great script like this. So are you the owner of 123 Main Street? And are you interested in selling that property? That is it. That is my script. Do not complicate it. Do not get all guru-y on me. But that is it. So now what do you say? What if they actually do want to sell it? What do we say? You don't even have to know wholesaling. I can tell you what it is, okay? If they say yes, you get that yes, we just focus on 2 things. We get MCTP, which I'll explain, and then we just get off that dang phone. That is it, okay? MCTP, get off the phone. I didn't write that down. All right. They say, yes, I'm looking to sell my property. Now, the biggest problem people have is like, oh my gosh. Okay. What do I say now? I'm freaking out. Like, what do I say? Guys, I think that's the biggest problem people have is like, they're actually not scared to get the yes. They're scared of what to say after they get the yes. Because now they want to sell like a salesperson. You don't have to sound like a salesperson. You just have to, for any conversation with the seller, like any conversation, all I have to do is think of four questions to ask. MCTP. Let's talk about MCTP, okay? Number 1, motivation. That's the M in MCTP. M, motivation. Hey, Mr. Seller, why are you looking to sell the property? Pretty simple question, right? Like, why are they looking to sell it? Number 2, can you tell me a little bit about the property? The roof, AC, doesn't need repairs. 3, time frame. Can you tell me when are you looking to sell the property? Are you looking to sell the property in a week, a month, a year? Like, when are you looking to sell it? And last is price. What price are you looking to sell it? What's the ballpark range you're looking to sell the property? That, guys and gals, is MCTP. And then from there, you remember, you get MCTP, and then we just, hey, Mr. Seller, is it okay if I look at this property a little further, talk with my partner, and I give you a call back, see if I can go see the property in the future? That's it. And that, like, guys, I want you to understand that that is it. Like, are you the owner of the property? Are you interested in selling it? Can you tell me why you're looking to sell the property? Can you tell me about the property? When are you looking to sell the property and what price you're looking to sell it for? And then that's great. Let me get some more information. Let me talk to my partner if this is a good fit for us, and we'll go and call you back. That's it. Like, it's, do you see how simple you make? Like, I make it simple on purpose because I think a lot of wholesale is really complicated. So I want people to know. So the question is like, how do you nail the first 5 seconds of that call? It's pretty simple. To nail them, you got to get that yes. So how do you get that yes? Are you looking to sell the property? Are you the owner? Are you interested? Like, there's different ways you can mix it up, but really, how do you nail the first 5 seconds? Go by the script. Are you the owner of 123 Main Street, and are you interested in selling the property? And I want you to understand this too. Now, that is what the script basically is. Now, I could tell you, some cold calls can go off the rails. Like, they could ask random questions, and you're going to have to know what to say. Guess what? Before your palms get sweaty, knees weak, mom spaghetti, okay? You are going to learn today how to go over these. Because 95% of the crazy conversation you're going to have, I'm going to tell you what to say, all right? So this is how you basically get over any single crazy point somebody asks you, okay? It's just know your purpose and explain it if need be. What do I mean by this? Know your purpose for why you're calling. What is your purpose for calling? You and your partner are looking to buy some properties for cash in the area. So somebody might ask you a question like, why are you calling me? Or how did you get my number? How did you get my information? Stuff like that. Well, it was probably my partner. And the reason why we're calling is, why are you calling? Why are you calling? Me and my partner are looking to buy some properties in the area for cash. And this seems like a good area we're looking to buy. And that's why we're calling you. But why? Calling me is so rude and disrespectful. Well, we'd rather call you than knock on your door and, have you walk up to the door and bother you from there. That's kind of why we could just call. Like, you just know your purpose. And that is honestly your purpose. And any objection you can get, hey, hating on me, I'm just doing my purpose, right? Expect the unexpected, right? And so how do you have the best success with your cold calling, right? Obviously, you see it from me, but it takes experience. But like, it's just the power of authority and confidence. So you guys might see I do live cold calls about once or twice a month. And I have extreme authority and extreme confidence when I talk to my motivated sellers. Like, I have the utmost belief in myself when I talk to a seller that I can help them out and I can buy their property for cash. The utmost belief in my heart that I can do it. So it all comes down to the power of authority and the power of confidence. And how do you remember, what's the definition of confidence? The definition of confidence is a belief in yourself of what you're saying with the words you say. You don't have to have experience for confidence. You guys see that with some people. You just have to believe in what you're saying. And so if I tell you, me and my partner are looking to buy a property for cash, I believe that because my cash buyer's got the money. Okay. So I completely believe what I'm saying and I have authority. And it's like me saying, I could say this 100% confidence. Me and Kobe Bryant combined have over 5 championship rings in the NBA. I can say that with all confidence that me and Kobe combined. Okay. Me and Tom Brady combined have won 7 NFL championships. If you combine our accolades together, it comes down to 7 NFL championships. It's like, it's true. And I believe that statement. So I'm very confident when I say that. Right. And so I think you guys have to understand the difference between having this big ego or like, you just have the confidence. And how do you get better at it? You just keep doing it, right? Just practice, go in that gym, getting the reps in. It's like anything, And so let's go over some objections you might get. And so you don't even have to even know these objections because pretty much if you have the confidence, you don't have to deal with it. But let me just break down what some of the bigger ones are. Just in case, it comes up and you'll know. And so you have this video as a quick handy guide for it. Okay. So let's break it down. Number 1, who is this? What do you want? Hey, my name is Zach. Me and my partner looking to buy some properties in the area. That is who I am. That's it. What's your company? Oh, it's just my name. Like, like I just buy it my own name, my partner's name, right? That's it. What do you want? I'm looking to see if anybody in the area is looking to sell their property. I'm not like aggressive with it. Like, I'm just seeing if anybody out here is. If you're not, hey, no big deal. I'll just go to the next person, right? It's not, I'm looking to buy it. That sounds aggressive. You could do it in your purpose, but if someone's aggressive with me, I try to diffuse it. And I always say, maybe my partner's seeing if anybody in the area was just looking for it. I'm just saying. That's it. Right? And then the next one is, this is aggressive, but like, what's your offer? Huh? You're looking to buy my property? Huh? What's your offer? What's your offer? What's your offer? And it's so aggressive. And I've said this every time, but it's true. I'm in Florida. There's a lot of New Yorkers in Florida. Everybody from the Bronx and sometimes Brooklyn, they are the most aggressive with this thing. If you have a seller who is from the Bronx or Brooklyn, they will hit that's just how they talk, though. They're nice people, but they're to the point, and I respect it. They're like, what's your offer? What's the cash offer right now? Just tell me, we don't have to waste our time. I get that a lot. And the thing is, if you get aggressive with them, you're just fueling the fire, right? You fuel fire with fuel, it's going to get worse, right? And so I ask, what's your offer? What's your offer? What's your offer? I always use the car analogy. And what's the car analogy? Hey, Mr. Seller, have you ever bought in a car? And the reason why I asked for two things. First of all, I'm giving him a reason why I'm not getting the offer right now. And number two, to throw them off a little. Like, wait, cars? Yeah, I've bought in a car. Because now they're not aggressive. They're thinking. Now they're not on the offensive. They're on the defensive. What I'm telling you, it's really simple, but it's really deep. Like, it can get as deep as you want to go with psychology of human beings. But have you ever bought in a car? Yes, I've bought in a car before. Well, when you bought the car, before you bought it, did you have to test drive it? Yeah, before I bought it, I had to test drive it. Well, same thing like a house. Like, I can't go and buy the house or give you an offer without me seeing it and test driving it. Unless the house is like completely perfect and there's a new roof and all these new things, I have to go test drive it and see it first. Oh, that kind of makes sense. Okay. So can you tell me a little about the property just so I have a guesstimate? We go from there, right? And the last one's like, how do you get my number? Hey, my partner, he just gave me a list. Just guys, you'll never do well if you're the problem and they're looking for someone to be upset with. Blame the other guy. Okay. Blame the other person. All right. Oh, my partner, he gave me a list. I don't know how he got it. That's it. He probably got it from the county of people that own property that were below this amount or what we can get for rent, right? Sometimes I get probates. They're like, are you targeting me because it's a probate? No. I'm targeting it because your property right here is in a good range for us to buy rental properties or to flip it. That's probably why. That's simple, right? I want you guys to understand that is my script. That is it. I think a lot of wholesalers really get freaked out. They really try to really overcomplicate this. But if you keep the script simple and you use the script, you'll do fine. Now, you might have some questions like, Zach, what's the best list for cold calling? What is the best cold calling dialer? What's the best skip tracing? Do I need skip tracing? I do free skip tracing. I got no money. How do I do all this stuff? How can I watch your live cold calls? Here's the cool part. Just go to freewholesaling.com. It's my free real estate wholesaling course. And I have probably over, I think, 10 to 15 hours of cold calling content. That's all you're really going to need to know on exactly how to skip trace, how to pull the best cold calling lists, where are the worst cold calling lists. I'll give you a quick hint. Pre-foreclosures are one of the worst cold calling lists. Probates are one of the best cold calling lists. And how to use a dialer. If you're going to use one, should you use a dialer? How to use a free dialer. I have free auto dialers. I can show you how to set up too in freewholesaling.com. Freewholesaling.com is like the one-stop shop to learn wholesaling. It's all there. It's free. It is literally a $7,000 cold calling course. It's a $7,000 wholesaling course. You get absolutely for free. So go to freewholesaling.com. That's where it's at. But that's it, guys. Like, I keep it simple. I keep it 100 with you guys. All right. That is how you cold call. That's it. That's my script. If you guys have questions, let me know in the comments. I'd love to do some one-on-ones today. And also, if you guys want, I will do some role plays. And you guys, if you want me to cold call somebody, I'll cold call someone right now too. Just let me know. And put in the private chat if you hop on. Hey, Zach, can you cold call the seller for me? I'll cold call him right now because I'll do it for free. I'll make you 50K right now. What other guru is going to do that? I'll make you 50K right now. I don't want one penny. I just want to close it. I'm a fiend for cold calling. Okay. I'm a fiend for closing sellers. I want to do it. I need to. All right. So let's talk. Let's see how I can help you guys out. Remember, freewholesaling.com. That's how you start learning real estate wholesaling absolutely for free. So let's do it. Let's see what I can help for you guys. And yeah. Diego, I've got someone. Hop below and I'll talk with you and get it going. Let's see. So I used this method the other day and the seller calmed down. LOI gave me an offer. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you're bought in the car, it calms everybody down. It works. Appreciate it. Go paint drywall. There's no in between for people from New York. I love New York. I love New Yorkers. Okay. My grandpa's from New York. All right. Except he's a little Manhattan boy. But he was in like my grandpa's in like New York City in like the 30s. So it's like a little different, like being a Manhattan guy, but it was funny. Still's got the accent. Let's see here. Now, let's see here. Let's see other questions we got here. This is a good question, actually, from Lisa right here. Zach, do you tell them you're not local in their area if they ask why you're not coming out to see the house? So somebody in our team is going to go see the house. So I guess it's like you see my live cold calls. I never lie. I want everyone to understand there's 0 point in lying. There's absolutely not 1 point in lying to anybody in sell, especially for sellers, right? Now, if they're telling you like this is a weird area code, you're not local, where are you from? I'll tell them, hey, I'm in Florida. Why are you looking to buy my property in Michigan if you're from Florida? I always say this. Well, have you seen the prices in Florida? Have you seen if I buy a property in Michigan, I don't have to worry about hurricanes, high insurance. I don't deal. That's why I'm looking to buy, because they're so much cheaper over here. And every single time they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Guys, I'm undefeated on that line because Florida, where I'm at, high cost of insurance, hurricanes everywhere, craziness, and high prices. It's like, so if you're in New York City or LA, that's a perfect excuse. Heck, even Chicago, right? Just kind of funny. So Ashley, the script does work. Don't cold call pre-foreclosure. It's one of the worst lists to be cold calling. Less is more. Xbox Live chats are brutal. Little kids are. It was always the 8-year-olds that said the meanest things to me. I don't want to bring it up right now. So Andre says, you could talk to a lawyer at a title company. It's free. That's probably the best way. There's gurus out here that won't even cold call live. Yeah, they'll do it live, but then they'll record it, make it perfectly. But you know, they'll cold call live, but it'll be recorded, like edited everywhere, so it makes them look perfect. Here's the thing, guys. I don't want you guys to judge me for my best cold calls, and you've seen us some good ones. Me closing sellers, getting crazy reductions, all these things. I want you to judge me on my worst cold calls. Because if you see how I handle the worst sellers, you see how I handle the hardest deals, I've had people that cuss me on the live calls, and then they're happy and laughing with me, and I get the deal closed in front of you guys. You guys have to judge me on the worst calls and see how I handle those to really judge me on how good I am at cold calling. The problem with the gurus is you only see their best. You never see them the worst. And so it's like, how do you know if you have a really good friend? This is the easiest one. They have to see you at your worst. And how do they handle you at your worst? And if they give you respect and they're nice and they're still your friend at your worst moments, at your best moments, it doesn't matter, right? And so that is kind of how you can tell if I'm good or not. You got to see me at my worst. And that's why I make it live. Nobody else does that because they're all stinking broke real estate wholesaling gurus. Quang Win. I don't talk about terrible softwares, okay? If the software is cheap, like they get the software, like if a software company gets their data really cheap and they skimp out on quality, it's not even worth talking to. All right? I'm telling you. Not even I don't even talk about some of these wholesaling softwares because they seem cheap, but they because it's cheap, they spend so little on getting good data that it's terrible data. And then once you spend $1,000 skip tracing, it's worthless, right? That's why I say don't use Fiverr lists because they're absolutely really cheap data. And because it's a really cheap data source, it's not high quality. It's not good. PropStream's like, I think $100 a month, and it's like a cent a record, and that's cheap, but it's very high quality. And I use my direct mail through them, and I use my skip tracing to batch leads. Why? Because yes, I'm spending thousands of dollars, but guess what? It's the highest quality, so I don't have to rebuy that list. It's really good. Okay, I have batch leads lists that, and even PropStream lists are high equity that I've had for about 3 or 4 years that are still good because I re-upload them with the other high equities and I just keep them so I don't have to pay more for skip tracing, and just remove the duplicates. Duplicates. That's how you do it. So let's do some one-on-ones. I want to talk to the people, see if I have any leads I can close from you guys, and see the help the people out. So let's do this. Let's go to the Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses for Real. And let's talk about how I can help you become the best wholesaler possible. So, is this pinned? Hold up. Here it is. I think it pinned for a second. Actually, wait. I got a big announcement for everybody. I almost forgot. I'm excited. All right, now we're going to do the one-on-ones, but I got a big announcement because I'm getting hammered everywhere, okay? So, sellmypaper.com. Big announcement, okay? We have, I told everybody we're expanding markets, and I'll name them off right now, okay? I got them right here. We got the list. Okay. We are as of tomorrow, sellmypaper.com, it will be on the website. Sellmypaper.com will expand to Inland Empire, San Diego, Bakersfield, Fresno, Sacramento, LA if there's deals, but San Jose, Oakland, Denver, South Florida, West Palm, Brevard, Orlando, Boynton, Fort Lauderdale again. We already have those markets. Boise, Idaho, Indianapolis, Detroit, Grand Rapids, Kansas City, Missouri. We already have those. And then San Antonio. We already have San Antonio. Corpus Christi. Salt Lake City. Richmond. Seattle. Spokane. So as of tomorrow, those should be live at sellmypaper.com. So I know everyone's been antsy about it. And then I think Dayton, right? Yeah, Dayton too. Oh, also Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yeah, we got a lot. So yeah, we those specific markets, and then from there, also Vegas, but that's still we'll do Vegas now, but those markets are expanding. So if you guys have a real estate wholesaling deal in any of those markets, I know Detroit's been waiting forever. Make sure you submit them tomorrow. Maybe tonight it will be on there, but just go to sellmypaper.com. That is where you can send us JV deals. That's where I make majority of the money on this channel. You send us wholesaling deals, we sell them, and we split it. So sellmypaper.com. Sellmypaper.com. You can JV with me and my team. And as of tomorrow, those links should be on there, and we can start sending in deals. And yeah, that's it. Sellmypaper.com. That's how you do it. So let's see how I can help the people out. So sellmypaper.com. That's how you do it. So let's go and show you guys how to hop on the one-on-ones. I almost forgot about that. I was like, whatever. All right. So if you want to go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, that's my Facebook group. All right. Let's go get the link for y'all. It's my Facebook group. And that is where you guys can hop on and do the one-on-ones. All right. So Wholesaling Houses for Real, you click here to featured an hour ago. You click the StreamYard link here. You get to talk to me absolutely for free. Look at this handsome gentleman today. That thumbnail is from today. I woke up this morning. I'm like, wait, we didn't got a thumbnail. And I'm like, I just do me taking a picture of the whatever. So that's what it was. All right. This is the first time I had a thumbnail of the same shirt I was wearing. But yeah. Sell my paper is a way of partnering with Zach. Split the deal. Yep. Boom. Boom. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see who we got. Ryan.
Yes, sir. How's it
There we
going?
go. Good. How are you, man?
Hey, the dogs are barking, the birds are chirping, the sun is shining. It's an outstanding day. Let's go. Yes,
I love
sir.
it, man.
Hey, I just had a question to ask you because I'm kind of going through like a little bit of a dilemma. Like I got a like literally right now I'm in a neighborhood dropping off sticky notes, and
I love it.
what's it called? I was doing the code violations and I was doing reverse driving for dollars, and I was running low on money doing that. Like it cost me gas. I got to drive 45 minutes to work back and forth 5 days a week, so it was kind of hurting me. So what I did is I decided just to go into random neighborhoods, walk around and leave sticky notes. I'm just wondering, am I on the right path? Should I do it a different way? What's going on?
What area?
Victorville, Inland Empire.
I'm judging that. Show me some of the houses around you. So those are some nicer houses. I would probably be in lower priced homes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I am getting kind of a response. Like I got a interview Friday with a real estate lady. I guess there was a house that was about to have she was about to put a for sale sign up, and I just went and put the sticky note on there. She called me back, so I got an interview with her on Friday at 11. So I'm assuming it's kind of working, but if you're saying I should go to lower houses, then that's what I'll do.
Yeah, like those houses look like they're at least 600, right?
No, to be honest with you, they're around like with the AR or with the market. I want to say it's around like 301, 365.
Those houses?
Yeah, and
I'm
now
actually
the
thinking about
equity in them is
Riverside.
higher. They have higher equity, but
Wait, let me look
it's
at Victorville. Is that Inland Empire?
yeah, it would be like I guess Brentwood Estates.
Okay. You're north. I'm talking about that house looks like it's 500, 600 in like San Bernardino, Riverside. Okay. Yeah, keep doing it then.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Whew. Okay.
As long as
Okay.
below the median home price, sure. I mean,
Okay.
what's the Zillow value of those houses near you? Like, look it up and let me know. But they just
I
seem
want
like
to say it was like 365.
okay. We'll do it then, man.
Okay.
Why not?
Now I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of them that are low, but they have high equity in them. Like I'm talking about like 400,000 or 500,000 in it, like equity wise. And I guess my goal is just to find the ones that I'm able to get a deal with.
Yeah, I mean, go do it, dude. As long as they're below the median home price, you should be fine.
Okay.
I prefer obviously code violations and any type of motivation you can find, but that's up to you.
Well, yeah, like, and I was doing the code violations. It's just that, like, it's having me go way, way far out, and I'm spending 3 hours getting up 20 sticky notes driving
Where do you work?
around. We put them in order. I'm sorry.
Where do you work?
I work in it's called Home Chef. Like, I'm a reach truck operator. I just pretty much move.
Like what
San
city?
Bernardino. San Bernardino.
Why don't you just do it in San Bernardino?
You're right. I should. It's just that because I got to pick up people for work. I got a whole carpool. I got to pick them up and all that stuff. Like I don't want to give an excuse, but I could
get
just
it, man. Bro, I get it. Just do what you're doing. Maybe start cold calling instead.
Well, that's the thing. I was doing the cold calls, but like I'm sitting there hours on end and not really getting any results. And this way, I'm getting more calls coming in, and I'm actually I want to say talking to a little bit more people because I spend a day like doing cold calls and not getting no results.
Okay.
And it's just because I'm sitting there trying to skip trace and find it, and I'm not really that savvy on computers, so it takes me a minute. And this is what I felt was the quickest and easiest way for me to be able to get out and actually have a chance to talk to people, especially in the neighborhoods, which I have talked to people, and I've gotten a really good reception from the neighbors and everything out here.
How old are you, Ryan?
38. About to be 39.
Bro, you haven't even lived half your life yet, okay? Do you think that the world is going to go more towards computers for the next 60 to 70 years or less?
Oh no, it's definitely gonna go more. It's
You
definitely
gotta learn how to get on the computer, man. I'm telling you. You're not old. You're in your 30s, dude, okay?
yes, sir.
You got to
Yes.
practice. I'm telling you, man, that's where the world's going.
Okay.
And so you
I
got to
get
analyze
a
deals.
chance to get more communicating with people and just talking to them, just because one thing I used to be a door-to-door salesman. I used to do this all the time. So like I'm just trying to refresh my my communication skills, I guess you could say, in a way.
Your communication skills sound fine to me.
Thank you. I do sincerely appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Or you're communicating to me. It's no different than communicating to a seller looking to buy some properties.
You're absolutely right. Yes, sir.
It's business, just get in front of people. So you know what? What I see is keep doing it. Why not?
Okay.
You're getting some exercise. That's the worst case scenario. You're losing some weight. So are you getting your cardio in? Like I see no problem in that, right?
Yes, sir. And what I did too, because I really take in what you and your dad say. And like I listened to Earl Nightingale. Like I've read so many audiobooks, and one of the things that's taught me like how to write a schedule out and follow that each day as a daily plan. That's what I've been doing. Like first I say from 9 to 12, I'm out here putting up the sticky notes, and then while I'm at work, I'll spend my hour lunch filling out sticky notes, and then I'll do some reading on some books and stuff, and just try to keep it going. I guess if that makes sense.
That's it,
Just
man.
try to learn as much as I possibly can, because I really want to do this like so bad. I want to get this. I want to get this right.
Dude, go after it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I ain't gonna lie. I've been trying to get in contact with you for like a week now, and just being able to talk to you right now and knowing that I'm on the right path really pumps me up. Thank you, bro. Appreciate
You
that.
are, man. Keep it up, dude.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Awesome. All right, next we got Rommel.
Hey Zach, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's up? How can I help you out?
Okay, I just had one question because what I do right now, I'm doing a code violations list in Richmond. Oh no, it's not Richmond. It's like okay, I'm doing code violations, but like whenever I skip trace them, I usually end up finding out that it's owned by an LLC. Like usually, most of the time, it's owned by an LLC. What do I do there?
Statistically, LLCs don't own most houses. So
I don't know,
what
but
type of property?
it's like it's code violation. It's like in North Carolina, and like
I thought you were doing
sometimes
Richmond.
I don't know. I forgot the mic for a second. Like I just woke up and like I'm just trying to like my brain just But
You just woke up?
yeah. No.
Do you work the night shift?
Yeah, I usually
Okay.
go to that until like 3 a.m. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, so what's your question? Because you said this in North Carolina, now it's in Richmond. What's going on?
No. It's in North Carolina. Wait, it's
Where?
okay. We'll just do something real quick. It's Charlotte.
Rommel.
Charlotte. That's
Okay.
what it is. Charlotte.
Okay. Okay.
It's
You get on here. I'm going to ask you real questions, man. You got to get up.
yeah.
All right. So you're saying most of the deals you're talking about code violations are LLC owned in Charlotte?
Well, some of them, yeah, because I would find them, and then some of them would be owned by like mom and pops, and then when I called, they just wouldn't answer. But like some of them are also called by LLCs, and I don't know what to do in that situation. So I just like, but they look like really good
Look up
deals,
the
but they're owned by
LLC's
LLCs.
owner and skip trace them.
Okay.
If you go to PropStream and look up the mailing address and then click that, there should be a name on there, and then skip trace that one.
Okay. Appreciate it.
That's it.
That's all. That's the only thing I had to ask.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Louis.
Hey, what's up?
I'm blessed, man. What's up? How are you
What's
doing?
going on?
I'm great.
I'm doing well. I'm just here. I was just listening to the other guy you had on, the guy in California, and he had sticky notes, but I think he had them pre-written on. I guess he had a pack of sticky notes that were pre-written, and I was just looking online to see if I can get a couple myself. But
So
I had a question for you. Oh, you think so?
He probably pre-writ them. I'll let you know,
Can you
though.
hear me?
There's some people. sending links on Amazon, you can get a custom stamper to stamp on them. People have been doing that too. I think like $15. You can if you want. I know some people have been doing that lately, and it looks just as good.
Yeah. I had a question.
What's your question?
For you.
How can I help you
Mind
out?
me asking.
Of course.
So you know that I know that I'm supposed to be doing like an offer a day. So my question is how do you write an offer? Is it just writing up a contract and then submitting the contract? Is that how you write an offer? Or how
An offer a day keeps the guru away. And so that statement's true. If you can make an offer to a seller once a day, you're going to do very well in this business. Now, it's not like regular real estate agents where you got to submit an offer. You just, hey, I'm looking to buy your property. You're looking, would you take $60,000 for it? You just give the offer, right? It doesn't have to be writing. It's not, just give the offer out. That's the point. Someone's looking to sell the property. You're doing virtual. You just give it out, or you meet them and do the offer, right? What market are you in?
I'm in Deltona, Avalon.
Deltona?
Yeah.
Florida?
Yes.
Okay, that's a decent market, man.
Yes.
So I would not do virtual. I would actually wholesale there. So honestly, man.
Yeah, and apparently, go ahead.
No, you're in good market, dude. Deltona, DeLand, Sanford, like that's a good area, man. I just had a conversation with Benji.
So
like
apparently, I have
yeah. I think we're having a little there's a lag between this or whatever. But all right, I talked to Benji's in that area. He made $50,000 his first deal in that area. It's a good market, man.
So I was driving for dollars the other day, and I put up some sticky notes, and I guess I have another wholesaler in my area that I guess he found the sticky note and called me up just real nasty. He got real hostile with me, and I don't know. He's like, "Why are you taking my effing business?" and all this other stuff, and I'm like, "Dude, that just gives me more motivation to keep on driving," you know.
Dude,
I mean, I remember yesterday you were talking about
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, so I remember yesterday you were saying how on your live you said something like you know, those older wholesalers not willing to work with the newer wholesalers are pretty much going to lose out. And so I mean, it's actually true, because this guy, he's like, you know, I guess he feels like I'm stepping on his toes or something, you know. So
when I was starting out, I had one guy almost lost a $50,000 deal. He said, "You're too young to be doing this. You don't know what you're doing." And he tried to steal my deal from me. And my dad actually had to help me as a lawyer and keep the deal. And I got the deal. But he thought because I was a teenager, I don't deserve to get a deal. Even though I had the deal locked up, I just didn't deserve it because I was just too young. It's what the law says. And so those people, trust me, they get freaked out, right? You're fishing in a lake and there's another guy on the other side of the lake. Screw you, man. You know, it's like that all the time. So they just have very bad mindsets. There's not enough deals to handle the amount of wholesalers in that area. There's a ton of deals in that area. There's not a lot of virtual wholesalers there at all. It's a good area, man. And dude, let's just say you're making $100K a year in that market. It's like that's like 4 or 5 big deals, like even 3 big deals. Like he ain't going to see it. I used to have that mindset too, Louis. Like we're starting out. I started finding wholesalers in my market that were actually making over 500K a month and 500K a year. I'm like, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of deals out here. And you're going to realize if you're fishing, you're not going to catch every single fish in the ocean that day. You just can't. There's a limit of how much fish you can put in the boat. You can get a bigger boat, but there's always going to be a limit. And so, hey, let other people win. You're going to get that all the time. That's just life, right? people get jealous. And the honest truth is, Louis, they're feeling threatened by you. And that should say something about how good of a marketing tactic he just used. He's scared. He's like, oh, shoot. Somebody already saw this ugly house. Oh, no. Right? Because he was probably drawing for dollars. And he thought he found that amazing deal. And he's like, oh, shoot. That's a way better way than what I was doing. He feels threatened, man. Because you are a hungry lion.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows a hungry lion is a very scary thing.
Amen.
And so that's funny, though, man. They're always threatened by it. I'm always like, hey, I got another wholesaler. Great. When I see a new wholesaler in my area, I love talking to them because they're gonna make me at least $100K in the next 3 years because they're just gonna send me deals. So, man, that's funny though. Yeah. What? Any other questions you got?
Exactly. Well, anyways, that's all I had for you.
All right, man.
That's it.
Well, yeah. Don't be. They're threatened by you, man. And so take that as a badge of honor. And I'll let you know. Yeah, I'm even worse than you with this, dude.
What I did.
When somebody calls me and says, "Get out of my market," I've had this in like virtual wholesaling. I say, "You know what? I'm going to market even harder now." You just motivated me to be even more of competition.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
you. More deals. It's just funny, but it's true. But don't freak. People are just so mean. It's just so funny. But like I always say, man, he might say something mean to you, but if your mom thinks you're cool, who cares? Who cares what these guys say? Ain't your mom, right? So you're good, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, keep going after it, man. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. You're in a great market. Don't let anybody stop you.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's all I had for you, and I appreciate all you do, man. Definitely. We'll keep in touch.
All right, man. Keep it up. Oh, all right. So we got Tupu. Tupo?
Hey, Zach. Yes, I'm here. How are you?
I'm blessed. What's up? How can I help you out?
Man, you're becoming a popular man. It's getting kind of hard to get a hold of you nowadays.
I know. It's because I keep making people money. Like I said before, I talked to Louis. Someone's market, new wholesale made $50K his first deal.
Yeah.
Because I talk to them, I tell them what to do, and then they do well, and then they tell other people about me, and it just gets crazy.
Right. Well, yeah, I was in queue yesterday to talk to you, and then you went off, and I was like, dang, I used to be able to access him very easily, but now it's like, the studio's full. The studio's full. Come on, guys. Like, come on.
It's like the DJ Khaled album, you know, suffering from success.
Right. Well, I appreciate it, but I don't want to waste any more of your time. I finally was able to talk to a homeowner out here in my area, and he lives in LA. The house has been, I don't know how long the house has been empty for. I did a few numbers. I calculated a few things for myself, and it looks like the outside of the house has like the no trespassing. Looks like the law enforcement is involved in it. I don't know what the deal is, but the guy is motivated to sell. He's an 88-year-old, guy. He doesn't want to have to travel back and forth between here and LA to fix up the property and so forth. But my question is, it came down to, as we were, I let him talk. That was one thing Rick was saying, let them talk, shut up and let them talk. And so I did. At first he was like, I'm just going to probably think of getting a realtor to, to sell it and get the most money. And then as I'm letting him talk, I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for yourself. And then he's like, you know what, maybe I'm just going to sell it as it is. Cause I'm too old of a guy to be going back and forth and all that. And then we came down to it, and he was like, I do have to let you know, like he was trying to beat around the bush. He said, I do have to let you know there are some, I guess, utilities owed on the property. And then the taxes are behind on it and all that. And he said, but, if you're going to work a deal out with me, I can definitely give it to you for a discount, and all that. And I said, okay, well, hey, listen, let me talk to my partner. I mean, he is the numbers guy. I have to run it by him to see what he says. But, I wanted to get an insight from you. Are there certain things like that we can manipulate upon negotiating? or are those all upon if we send the title to the title company, they have to say, what needs to be taken care of? And like,
So
what's your
I'm the expert for real estate investing and wholesaling. I'm not the expert when it comes to underwriting and title, right? And so I always
okay,
tell the seller this: you're not an expert, I'm not an expert, right? I
right?
I know probate very well. Rick knows
Mhm.
it even more than me, but we're still not legal experts. And so I
Right,
always tell someone this is some legal issues you're having on the deal. Let's bring it to the title company that has a legitimate attorney that can sign
okay,
off on this. And
right,
that's all we can do, right? And so I know it's got some tax issues, Mr. Seller, some utility liens or whatever it's going on. Let title go through it, and they'll do exactly everything they need to do because they go through everything, right?
right,
They do like 100 deals like every week, right? Like they've handled everything. And so let's bring it to title and let's do it. The reason why I do that but to bring it to title, Mr. Seller, we got to sign a contract, right? And so
right,
it always goes back to we got to sign this contract first. Let's lock up the deal, and then boom, you can go on to the next part.
right. Yeah, it's kind of difficult because he's like an 88-year-old man, and him accessing the computer nowadays and everything up to date is difficult for him. But I got that part taken care of. No excuses. I got a boots on the ground in LA. I'm gonna send him over when I get the numbers figured out. But I feel like this is a great deal. The only problem is I did ask him if I can access the property to take pictures and all that. He said he has to straighten a few things out with law enforcement. So I followed up
Don't
with
do it.
him yesterday.
I don't mess with law
And then,
enforcement. If the
I
cops don't want
know.
me at the house, I ain't going to the house. Okay,
That's what I
nothing to
said.
do
And
with it.
I feel like he's like so lost in the whole property anyways. And I said, I was driving around the area and we're looking for a few properties. And he said, and I said, there were a few signs around the house. And he said, what few signs? I said, oh, okay. He said, what signs? I said, well, there's like a bunch of no trespassing signs on there and like an orange sticker on the door.
What does
And
the sticker
according to,
say?
I didn't go to the house, but I looked at it
Uh,
from the road. So I didn't want to approach it and have somebody be like, oh, there's a lady. I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to be a target over here. But yeah, I was telling him, but I feel like he doesn't even know. He said the property is all good, the roofing, and I was like, this was everything these guys told me. The seller's always going to say the house is, in perfect shape, but I talked to him on Monday. Yesterday, I did a follow up, and then I ran a few numbers. I called a few roofing places. Worst case scenario, this is how I took the course. I went each and step in every, like, don't lose a minute of it. And I was like, I remember Zach told me if you go through the course, all your questions will be answered. And I was like, all right, let me just shut up and do the course. So I did, but then I just came, through this bump. And I was like, nah, I got to get somebody's advice on this. I don't know really what to do with the guy. He's willing to sell, but he's trying to make it seem like I have to pay, the utilities behind and the tax lien, but
yeah.
just save the deal. So
Get a contract, go through title. One big tip I can tell you is every single time I go to somebody's house and it's like, well, you got to squeak the door in or you got to go through the back. It like sounds like you're breaking in, but you're not. But they're the owner. They gave you permission to do it. I always say, can you do me a favor and can you text me? I'm allowed to go in the property.
right.
And they
There's a
text me. And so guess what happens? This neighbor's like, oh my God, are you breaking in the house? Here's a text from the seller. They let me, I have full permission.
right.
I've never had a cop come to me and be like, you're breaking in, But if that ever happened, just to be safe, I have a
Paper trail.
text from the owner saying
Right.
I'm allowed to go in the property. Just
Okay.
to make sure, because I go to some abandoned houses, I used to a lot, and so I always had that just as protection, just
Right.
so I don't get in any trouble.
Right. Okay. I'll do that and go from there. Hopefully he's
All right,
gonna
I
stay in
appreciate it.
contact. But I'll keep you posted.
Keep me
Hey, you got
posted.
my all right. Thank you so much.
All right, have a great one.
Yeah.
Boom, Diana. Come on, Xavier. He's frozen. Alex.
Yo,
There you are. What's up,
what
man?
up, man? Man, first off, I just want to say thank you for everything. I bought a couple fake gurus courses before I found out about you, and just through using your stuff, it's really got me out there. I didn't have the money to first start, so I just started with Zillow calls, right? So that brings me to my question. I'm in the Austin, Texas market, and I'm noticing that there's a lot of like trailers for sale, and they kind of look run down, but they're uh, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of trailers for sale, but they come with like trailer fees, HOA market or HOA fees. Should I be worried about HOA fees or like the lot fees that associate with buying a trailer or something?
It depends. If the land's owned underneath it, then yes, it's going to be a good deal. If the land isn't owned underneath it, it's not a deal. Because
Okay.
trailers are usually they're registered with the DMV. And so
Yeah.
we don't deal with vehicles. Okay. We deal with real estate, and real estate has to have the land.
Mhm.
That's the rule.
Okay, for sure. And secondly, it would be I was literally just listening to your podcast about the 5 best markets to be in. Do you think that I should get out of Austin, Texas, and go to
Are you
like
in like
Macon,
Austin
Georgia, or
Metro?
something?
Or are you in
I'm
like,
sorry, what?
are you in Austin
No,
Metro?
I'm
Or
I'm like I'm East Austin, like Metro, yeah.
you're East Austin or east of Austin?
East of Austin or East Austin, because I called the title company down there and I asked them, I'm like, hey, what are some good areas that I should look around in? And they told me like East Austin, even though it's a lower income base, that's where investors have been buying at recently. And I also asked them like, how's the wholesaling business being? Even the title company told me it's been slower than usual lately.
Yeah. I mean, Colleen's a little better, but I mean,
Yeah,
for real estate, sometimes even parts of Pflugerville should be fine, man. What I could tell you is Austin has had the biggest rise, but it's also going to have the biggest fall in prices.
yeah.
I think you see
Hmm.
that too. Um, Boise's like that too. So it's going to be, you're going to have to get really discounted properties. And so
Yeah.
most sellers right now in Austin think, I remember all these articles that said Austin's the best. And I'm still in
Hmm.
that mindset. And all the buyers like, have you seen the Zillow prices? They're just crashing. And
Yeah.
so it's going to take it's going to take some time for them to readjust. Everybody else in Texas is fine. You can get really good deals everywhere else. Austin, you're going to have to find the really motivated sellers, but I think that's a good idea if the land is owned underneath it.
Okay, for sure. And because I live up here in Seattle right now, and median home price up here is like 950. So I'm like, I had to get out of state. So I appreciate you.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Boom. All right. Diego.
Yo, what's up, Zach? Thank you for answering, man. So I was in the St. Louis market. I called this guy. I spoke to him. Motivation is needs money. Then he said he's not in a rush. But then he said that he found out after 10 years that he's not a landlord. So he was Airbnb in the place. Um, the price is 160 that he has listed for. I offered him 75. Go for no, right? So I offered him 75. He said, nah, he can't do that. Before I did that, I told him, hey, let me speak to my partner. Give me about 30 minutes. I just watched a video with Rick explaining, like, how to speak to a seller or whatever the case may be. And then I went back to him and I told him, hey, my partner said, 75. Would you be willing to take 75 today? And I'll send you a contract. He denied it. I said, what price would you be willing to come at? What price do you think, that you would be willing to make this a deal today? He was like 130 cash, right? I came back to him and I was like, yeah, I understand. If this was a better market, we would probably be having a different conversation. And because it's not, and things are kind of stagnant and going down. How about would you be willing to take 110, right? And I could send you that contract today. He was like, nah, man, I can't do that. I think, I stay at 130. And then he said, thank you, Diego. I appreciate it. Thank you for the offer. And he kind of got me like right off the phone. Right. So I was wondering, like, could I like revisit that?
Yeah, call him back. Revisit
Should
it.
I
Why not?
revisit? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and also the only thing too, Zach, like that St. Louis area, I couldn't really find a good like ARV because there's like a lot of things over there that's on auction, right?
Yeah.
Also during the 30 minutes, I spoke to I called a cash buyer, right? And I swung in that area. I gave him the zip code. He asked me for the zip code, and then he asked me if it was north of some street. I can't remember what street that was, and I told him yeah because I looked it up and it was. So he was like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. But what I was really wanted to know was like, what would he pay for the property? So how would I approach that if like I go to a cash buyer and then I'm trying to get like a price that he would pay, but without disclosing, so he don't go behind my back and try to like take the deal, you know?
You can't stop them from disclosing what you offer. You can make them.
No.
You can condition them.
Mm. And when you mean by condition, you mean
Condition for a yes
you
or
mean
no
the cash
decision.
buyer? The
Oh
cash
no,
buyer?
you can condition the cash buyer too, but they have to go by and look at the property.
Right. So that's what I meant. Like I wanted him to kind of give me what he would pay for the
For a price commitment.
ask for a price commitment. And then
That's it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, cool, man. Thanks, man.
No worries.
I just felt like it was really close, and you know, he was like, you know, he has some motivation, and he has like, you know, he wants to sell the property, obviously, and you know, we just couldn't get to that, you know, price point where he would.
That's
like.
fine, man.
But
keep calling.
Okay. Keep calling.
Keep it up, man.
All right.
Keep it simple.
All right, Zach. All right, yeah. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it, man. Boom. All right. Next we got Daniel.
Hey, what's going on, Zach?
I'm good, man. What's up? How can I help you out?
I honestly just wanted to do a quick role play, just to make sure I'm cold calling the right way.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. Ring ring.
Hello.
Yes, hi. Is this the owner of 123 Elm Street?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Daniel. I was just taking a look at your property. Did you have any interest in selling the property at all?
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay. Well, me and my partner just looking around the area just to find some houses to buy for cash. Do you think you'd be interested in the cash offer for it?
Possibly.
Okay. Well, what's your name?
Zach.
Zach. Nice to meet you, Zach.
Nice to meet you.
So, Zach, could you tell me a little bit about your property? I mean, it looks like a property me and my partner would be interested in. I just want to know a little bit about it before we
Sure.
move forward.
What type of properties are you looking to buy?
Well, usually we're looking for properties that we can most likely rent out or flip or fix up. I wasn't sure if your property was in a kind of condition to live in or rent out.
Well, it's an ugly house, so you might not want to buy it. You know, it needs a lot of work.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Is it vacant at all?
No, it's currently got a tenant in it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So do you know how much do they pay a month?
I think they pay about $1,400 a month.
14? Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay. So you said there's a tenant, so obviously it's in pretty decent condition. Am I right?
It's okay. It does need a lot of work though.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So could you, I guess I just want to know, what if you were to sell it, why would you sell?
I'm just sick of being a landlord.
Sick of being a landlord?
Yeah.
I get it. Tenants can be a pain in the butt, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of is it? Have the tenants done any work on it? Have they made any updates to it? I mean, what kind of maintenance are they keeping
No,
on it?
tenants aren't doing any work to the property at all.
No,
That'd be my responsibility as the landlord.
right, true. So, are there any utilities that need any work on the property? I know you said it needs a lot of work. So,
I'm not the best with this real estate stuff.
no.
I just like
Well,
collecting.
how about this? Do you know how the do you know anything about the HVAC system or the plumbing?
Yeah, I mean the AC's running fine.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What about the plumbing? Is it
I'm not a plumber. I can't tell you.
okay? We could probably take a look at that. Um, huh, okay. So, just I know you said that it needed a lot of work. What kind of work would you say it needed? Like what would
The
need
roof's leaking.
fixing?
There's a big hole. There's a big hole on the drywall on the inside. Like there's about 4 or 5 holes the tenant punched through, and the dog has ripped open all the baseboards pretty much.
Oh wow. Okay. So have you got any estimates on a roof replacement at all?
No, but my one buddy Jeff told me it'll probably cost around $30,000 for a new roof.
Okay. Huh. So is Jeff in the roofing or I just want to know.
He's a handyman.
Oh, okay.
So he told me it'd
Gotcha.
cost.
So about 30. Okay. Nice. So if you were looking to sell, how much I mean, when would you want to sell this thing? I mean, like in the next 30 days or
As soon as possible.
okay. Well, and I'm guessing you're looking at the best price. You said they pay about 1,400 a month for it.
Yes.
Okay. So how about this? How about I give my partner a call? We'll take a look at it and see what we can do. Obviously, it's gonna. You say it's gonna need a lot of work, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look and see if it's a good fit for us. And I can give you a call back in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, that works out.
Okay. Good talking to you, Zach.
All right. That wasn't bad, man. That was, I think you're 70% the way there. The mechanics is all perfect. The words that you said were all perfect. It's just we got to cut out like 30% out of that. So I want you to know on that call is really good. So let's go over the bad and then we'll go over the good. There's more,
Right.
there's 70% good, 30% stuff we need to change. That was great, man. First off, when you're calling me, make sure you smile. Smile more, man.
Right.
You sound happier and like just more of a friend when you're smiling. And so the times
Right.
on the call that you had a smile on your face, you sounded way more confident, way nicer. Not that you sound mean, but like just in a better, you sound like you're in a better, more chipper mood.
Gotcha.
Right. And so that was great. The one thing is you had the same problem I had. The ums and the buts and the so's and the okays.
Right.
If you can eliminate 90% of that, the call would be a lot shorter. And so that's something I had to work really hard on when I was starting out. It took me like 2 years to really eliminate the ums and the buts from the cold calls. I still even have it, but it's really thrown back more where it's not as noticeable, right? So I would say that's the only thing that can be changed because they'll just make the call shorter, and that's the point.
Right. Okay.
Everything, the mechanics was good. You asked the right questions.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't talk about the plumbing too much. Like that's a little too technical.
Right.
Roof,
Okay.
AC, does it need to be updated? Like I make it really simple. And obviously I said I'm not the real estate guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know from that conversation, he doesn't care about the property. He cares about just getting rid of it. And so you talked more about the property than the guy's problem. And that's the only thing I'd switch off. But outside, dude, that's just, those are technical details. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But if you can just make the call like shorter and to the point with a little more confidence, you're going to be fine.
Okay. Great.
That was great though, man. That was really good, dude.
Okay, I appreciate it, Zach.
Yeah.
Um, I
How long
guess
have you been
that's
cold
it.
calling for?
Honestly, I've been cold calling since August of 2022. So
Sounding good. I can tell you have some experience with it, so that's great.
I appreciate it.
One thing I'll tell you is when you're having conversations with people, start manually thinking about your ums. Start thinking about it. Go back to
Okay.
this conversation. I'm not saying this to me, but record how many ums you've had. And you'll be like, that's a lot more than you think. That's what Rick did to me, my dad. He saw my cold calls. He's like, record yourself calling and then count how many ums you had. And then once you start, you start picking it up.
Right.
And then
Okay.
you eliminate it. It's really
Yeah,
cool. It's a good
I
trick.
actually do. I actually do have a recording of me cold calling. So
Well, the
I
recording we
can.
just had, use that one. It's on
Right.
YouTube right
Yeah.
now. All right.
Right. Okay.
All
I
right.
appreciate it,
Perfect,
Zach.
man. That was a good call, though. Keep it up. What
All
list
right.
are you
Will
cold
do.
calling?
Well, I do. I have a virtual driving for dollars list. I do code violations, water shutoffs, and sometimes I do probates. But that's it depends on what time of the month it is. Like I try to do it maybe at the end, like the last 2 weeks of the month, and then try to get them.
All right. Well, just keep it up. Those are good lists. So I think you're fine, man. Keep it up. You'll do well.
Okay, I appreciate it, Zach.
All right. Appreciate it. Boom.
Take it easy.
All right. Brett says, I'm interested in doing a JV, but I want to chat about it. Just submit the deal, but don't put the contract and someone will reach out with you on there. All right. Next here we got Lorraine.
Hey, Zach, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm excited to be on here. This is my first time on here, but I've been listening to you for a while now, so I'm
Awesome.
excited.
How
Yeah,
can I help
but
you out today?
I have a unique situation going on right now. But one thing that I do want to bring up that you and Rick talk about all the time is, prioritizing to provide value to your sellers. So I'm naturally a person that likes to help people. I like to figure stuff out. And right now I have a very motivated seller. She used to be a real estate agent herself for a few years and a land developer. And she has an estate property right now that used to be her sister's. And so she said that she's had dozens of offers. She said over 300 offers, and she's been trying to sell it since September. Okay. And it's a pretty big property. It's 2 acres and it's on a certain zoning. I'm in the Boise market area right now in Idaho. And this would be my first deal that I'm basically carrying on my back by myself. I've done a few JV deals, but this is something that I want to figure out, I guess. But obviously I need help. This is why I'm talking to you. But I guess my question is, how do I stay in the business mindset and stay straightforward with them without getting taken advantage of? Because I asked her if this is something that me and my partners could do, would you be ready to sign an agreement? Something like that. I didn't say sign. Would you be ready to go with an agreement? And she said no. She's like, I need you to take this over for me because I'm tired of people lowballing me. She's 76 years old. She has a medical condition, and I met up with her a few times, and I've built that rapport and that relationship with her. And I agreed to provide value to her. But the thing is, I don't want to get it taken advantage of. So how can I get around that and prove to her that, yeah, I'm here to help you, but I'm also here to do my part?
Yeah, I know her medical condition. Wanting too much for her house itis. Okay. So here's the thing. If she legitimately had to sell the property, wanted to get rid of it, it would have been sold. Okay. It would have been sold. All right. Boise is still a hot market. It's going down, but it's still a hot market. 2 acres. It's probably in a decent area. She knows what it's worth. And she is, in my opinion, probably not a motivated seller. If you're sitting on a piece of property that you've wanted to sell for over 5 months, it would have been sold. And if you had 300 offers and you just wanted to get rid of it, you would have taken them.
The thing is too, so I say it's a unique property because it's in a certain zoning. So it's R2 zoning.
Oh,
R2 zoning.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't really do any type of high density, townhomes, or you can't. investors who I've brought this up to, they aren't able to do what they want specifically within the real estate realm. I'm gonna have to go into rezone, go into planning, zoning, and do all this stuff.
Wait,
Um,
it says R2 in the city of Boise. You can do 14.5 units per acre. So that's going to be close to 20. You can do 29 units on that.
and the thing with that is too, is it's in the impact zone. So this is a zone where it's going to be growing within like a few years, and the city has restrictions on what you can do.
29. That's perfect.
29. Yeah. So I've been going in yesterday and I'm going in today to talk to Public Works and see what we can do on it. But this is why she's had a hard time too, because the investors who have told her that they want to like buy her property, she's gotten under contract, but has canceled a few times because the plans that the investors wanted to do, they weren't accepted by planning and zoning. So
Yeah.
what she wanted me to do is
You have a unique property here, Lorraine. And what you have to understand is who's going to buy that deal because of the zoning is going to be someone who wants to build a nice, big multifamily deal thing on there. That's who's going to buy it. All right. Ain't going to be mom and pop who want to build houses. No, it's going to be a nice multifamily deal. And who has enough money to build a 29 unit? That's going to be close to 29. Let's say it's luxury because they all like their little luxury stuff. Each one worth $450. It's going to be a $10 million multifamily deal. And so if someone's going to drop 10 million, it's going to be a bigger company.
Yeah.
And so the problem is if I'm going to drop 10 million on something and the plans fail, I'm going to be screwed on this deal. No, right? I'll lock up the deal and I got the plans approved and then I can buy it. That's how those deals work. This is big boy stuff, right? Like this is big stuff.
Yeah.
So she's being unrealistic right now, and her expectations need to be hit with reality. And unfortunately, for 5 months, it hasn't. So your main question for me was, how do I know not to get taken advantage of? Have your buyer already set up and let the lady know, let's cut to the chase. I can do this price, but my buyer and my partner, we got to get approved for it. This is a big unit building. Let her know.
And I guess with that too is that, because I told her, I'm like, would you be willing to do any like creative financing, like an owner's carry, stuff like that? And she said no, because she has to separate that estate to the heirs.
Yeah, all cash.
So she wants it all cash. Yeah, obviously.
A builder's going to buy the thing all cash.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. Let them get their. You have to find a builder, which they're really easy, especially a property like that. You call all the apartment units, find the property manager, and then just ask, I have a property where I'm looking to sell it potentially, a contract for it, and it is zoned for multifamily. We're looking for that company, an acquisitions agent for that, and then they'll talk to you.
Okay, so should I still go and take my time and go into planning and zoning and figuring that for her?
No.
Because she doesn't want to sign anything until like she knows what she can do, but I'm not going to tell her if I don't have that legally binding agreement.
How many multifamily units have you built?
None.
I haven't built any either. Okay, I bought them, but I haven't built them. Why don't we work with a partner who actually has done like 50 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That has their planners and the city person. Like have them do the work, not you.
Okay,
use that time to find deals. All right.
Yeah, for sure. So how do I get her to be realistic in order for me to sign that agreement so I could get that investor to see that I do have like some skin in the game for him to come in and do his own research?
If she wants too much, she's going to be unrealistic. And the only thing to stop someone from being unrealistic is for them to feel pain. And maybe she has to put the property still on the market for 6 more months or try to sell it for 6 more months before she comes back and she's reasonable. Unfortunately, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Prices are slowly falling because sellers are starting to meet the expectations of the buyers. It's a slow and painful process, but it'll go there.
Yeah, and I've been doing my research here in the Boise market, and a lot of sellers aren't budging yet, so it's kind of hard to go around that. But yeah,
the ones that need a sell are though.
Yeah,
that's what you got to understand. So find the builders, ask them what price they'll be on the property, and then see if you can make up some money off of it. That's all you can do.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. I guess that gave me a lot of clarity. So thank you, Zach.
Awesome. So go after, I like apartments.com. It's very like corporatized. and then just go to apartments.com, find all the multifamilies in that area, call the property manager up, act like you want to rent it out. Hey, is for your boss, for the company that owns this, is there an acquisitions agent? And they'll usually get you connected.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
All right.
All right, sounds
Perfect.
good. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Boom. Awesome, guys. So don't let the sellers take advantage of you. If you are to the point and you do it right, you'll be fine. So guys, that is how you cold call. That's how you make a lot of money in this business. Get in front of sellers, get some deals, change your life. So guys, this is Zach Ginn signing out. Go to freewholesaling.com if you want to learn how to cold call. And I'll see you guys soon.